So this must be the medical facility Andromeda was talking about.
You have arrived at Umbrella Labs. Watch our welcome video.
Commitment, honest.
No, skip.
Hey, I put a lot of hard work into that.
Well, sorry, but who are you exactly?
You can call me the Watcher.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Dang it, fine. Call me Dr. Nat. It's an actual nickname.
Okay, Nat.
What are you even doing here? Because if you're seeking refuge, this is not the place.
I'm here because I have the cure for the zombie apocalypse.
Really? How interesting.
Okay, so let me in so we can start work.
Oh no, you're in quarantine. I have to make sure you're not infected in any way.
Well, what am I supposed to do while I wait?
Well, you can start by telling me what we will need for the cure.
Okay, so you're gonna need herbs from the Arclay Mountains, specifically blue, red, and green herbs.
Great, I'll get to work on it right away. There's a game on the table that you could play to keep yourself busy. I'm gonna go get to work now.
FNAF? Really? Alright, well, I guess we can give it a try. In 2019, Scott Cawthon started his shenanigans again, when teasers for what appeared to be another new FNAF game popped up on the Scott Games website. Multiple teasers dropped leading up to the announcement at PlayStation's State of Play revealing FNAF Security Breach in September of 2020. FNAF Security Breach would be developed by Steel Studios, the same people who made the FNAF VR game. This would be their first ever crack at a full-fledged FNAF game. Before, Steel Studios had only taken old FNAF games and remade them into VR, while also adding new elements in the form of minigames. It was announced that the game would be released on PC and PlayStation at launch. This was huge for FNAF, having a mainline title launch on consoles for the very first time ever. Yes, I know they launched VR on consoles too, but that was more of a minigame collection and this was a brand new FNAF game, so I don't count it. The game was set for a 2020 release, however in November of that year it was delayed and instead reported to be aiming for an early 2021 launch. Some time would pass, but on February 25th, 2021, a gameplay trailer was showcased. This trailer displayed that this FNAF game would be free roam in contrast to the past game's point-and-click based gameplay. It also showed off a new setting that was a massive mall named the Mega Pizzaplex. This trailer started really hyping up the release of the game, and thankfully people wouldn't have to wait long since the game was set to release early 2021. Until it wasn't. 2 months later, in April of 2021, the game was delayed again. This time it would get pushed back towards the end of the year. In an effort to pacify fans, Scott did release a different title, mainly as an apology to the fans for all the delay. FNAF Security Breach Fury's Rage was a beat-em-up in the style of old arcade games. In this game, you could play as the 4 animatronics from Security Breach, going through different levels and taking down hordes of whatever these are. Anyhow, back to the game everyone was waiting for. Security Breach would get its final trailer on PlayStation's October State of Play, with it finally releasing on the PS4, PS5, and PC on December 16th, 2021, with ports to the Xbox coming later. Sadly, despite all the delays, the game was released in an underdeveloped state. 3 months later, in February, a patch had to be released that would fix a majority of the bugs and performance issues while balancing the overwhelming difficulty that came with the game. This FNAF game is a really mixed bag. It still has some problems while having moments where it can really shine. The game visually looks really good. The Pizzaplex is actually really fun to explore with different locations that have their own personality. I love Rockstar Row, showcasing all the animatronics in their special room, giving you a background on each monster that will be hunting you down. Except for Monty's room. With his room, it's blacked out and all you can hear is smashing sounds, reminding you that these robots are more dangerous than how they seem. The atrium acts as your main hub for the game. It's huge with all these different stores. Sadly, most of these stores are either empty or blocked off, which sucks since every store I could explore was so much fun, like dining at El Chips or Bonnie Bowl. I was just left wanting to see more. There are also these maintenance corridors underneath everything. However, these locales are more dark and spooky, allowing this game to still keep some of its iconic atmosphere. While this game visually looks great, it comes at a cost of performance that gets in the way of playing this game a lot. Like, there are these staff bots that are locked away and their frame rate is slashed in half, leaving for choppy distractions. Another eyesore is the security cameras. Looking at these CT cameras trying to find animatronics hurt my eyes. I think they really could have dimmed down on the actual CT effect. There are also still a lot of bugs in this game. Sometimes an animatronic will get stuck or Freddy will just disappear. At one point in my playthrough, my time was stuck at 3:55 for like 2 hours, and all of a sudden upon completing a mission, it jumped up to 5:15. All of these bugs really can impact your gameplay, making certain moments harder than they should be. Another example I have is when Chica's AI got really confused. For some strange reason, she just really loved standing in front of my next objective, and no matter how many times I tried to get her to move, she would just walk right back to that spot. I ended up dying and having to reset to my last save point. This game doesn't have auto-saving, leading to many frustrating deaths at the hand of a bug that could send you back hours of playtime if you're a forgetful saver like myself. Along with that, this map is very unhelpful. This map isn't labeled at all, meaning a character will tell you where to go or what to do, and you can't rely on the map, leaving you to figure it out all by yourself, hoping that when you finally find the location, you don't die and get sent back to your prior save. So the UI and performance of this game is not the best. However, this is a Freddy's game with a massive amount of voice acting, probably the most in the entire series. I love Freddy. His VA does such a great job of being an optimistic character who at times can sound just so disappointed in this situation.
Hello, Gregory. It is me, Freddy. I will escort you to the main entrance. I am sorry, Gregory. I am truly sorry.
Kellen Geoff has an amazing delivery as Glamrock Freddy. These talented voice actors can take some of the sting out of the less appealing aspects of the game. Freddy's delivery isn't the only thing that changed. FNAF Security Breach has taken its gameplay in a whole new direction. Gone are the days of point-and-click horror, now updated to a free-roam stealth horror game, something that might be a little comparable to Outlast. You will be running, hiding, and sneaking around the Pizzaplex looking for items and keys to help you survive the onslaught of robotic beasts hunting you down. You have been locked in the Mega Pizzaplex and can only escape once the clock strikes 6 AM, true to all the other FNAF games. Thankfully, you have a new companion. Freddy Fazbear isn't trying to kill you in this game, rather he helps you traverse the Pizzaplex, guiding you from objective to objective, well, when the game doesn't bug, helping you find the key items you need to successfully escape. However, this doesn't mean it's easy, as there are other forces now trying to stop you. This game's main focus is on stealth. The other animatronics around the Pizzaplex aren't as friendly as Freddy, meaning you're going to need to strategically move throughout each area of the mall, trying not to be stopped. There are multiple areas where you can hide and let animatronics pass by, allowing you to sneak by when they leave the area. If you can't find a hiding place, then you crouch down and sneak around the animatronics. This only works if you're hiding behind cover. If you crouch in the open, they're most likely going to find you, but sometimes they can just be blind. Along with the mainline animatronics, there are also these security bots roaming around the mall. If you're caught by these guys, they will jump scare you and alert the other animatronics where you are. This means stealth time's over and it's time to run. Sprinting in this game takes stamina. Run out of stamina and you will need to wait for it to fully recharge. But if you stop using stamina right before it runs out, it will recharge but still give you the access to running at any time. All of that being said, you will need to keep an eye on your stamina and manage it properly to increase your chances of survival. This game will also give you this new item called a Faz Watch, along with the Faz Shotgun. Okay, that last one was a joke. The Faz Watch is your main menu in this game, compiling your missions, memos, and your map. But as you play, you will get access to the Pizzaplex security cameras. This means you can use your watch to take a look at the camera, seeing where the animatronics are, and using it to plot a course and escape the area safely. Another item you will gain access to is the flashlight. This is just a normal flashlight that will allow you to see in dark places, but you don't want to overuse it since it has a battery. Thankfully, there are these Freddy recharge stations that will replenish your battery. This is nothing new to any FNAF fan. This series has always been about resource management, and it's nice to see Steelwool keeping that a part of the gameplay loop. What nobody expected Steelwool to add, however, is the addition of Freddy Fazbear. You can actually play as Freddy in this game. He also has a battery, meaning you will need to find these big red recharge stations in order to keep him running throughout your playthrough. Once he's juiced up, you can hop into his chest cavity. Once in there, you will be invisible to all animatronics and staff bots, allowing you to roam free throughout the Pizzaplex. Freddy isn't supposed to be up this late, meaning he is going to need some maintenance throughout the night. So it's time for you, the 12-year-old boy, to start on some advanced engineering so you can fix this complex robotic system by playing Simon Says. You will also need to complete this mini game for any upgrades Freddy will get later on in the game, but those upgrades go into spoiler territory, so I won't dive into them here. While Freddy is out of commission, you can use a tool that is acquired about halfway through your playthrough. It's a choice on which one you want, but you can either get a Faz camera, this flashes the animatronics, stunning them in place, or a Fazer blaster. This basically is a Faz handgun that you can shoot animatronics with, stunning them in their place. Speaking of animatronics, we have a new cast with us, consisting of Roxy Wolf, leader of Roxy's Raceway, Monty Gator, leader of Monty's Gator Golf, and Chica the Parrot. I mean, she literally squawks in this game. That's not how a chicken sounds, Steel Wolf. Chica is in charge of eating all the garbage in the kitchen, or if you want the actual real answer, her domain is actually Mazerside. If one of these three animatronics captures you, it's an immediate game over, sending you back to your most recent save. Sometimes you can glitch the game and hit them with one of your stunning tools if you click the attack button the moment a jump scare happens. It's weird. The final part of this game is the collectibles. Around the Pizzaplex are these presents. Inside could be a meaningless collectible that has some lore! Or you can find these upgrades for your stamina meter, Freddy's max power, or your flashlight's max battery. There are also memos you can find in the presents that give you more lore, or hints to the puzzle that is your current main objective. Freddy, tell me where to go, man. It's been 3:55 for 3 hours now. Sheesh! Unlike the gameplay, the story is actually pretty easy to follow.
You serious?
No, this game has a general plot that's the easiest to follow in the entire series. But don't get me wrong, it still can be very confusing and vague, and maybe one day someone will be able to tell me what this game is actually about. But until that day of enlightenment, my general summary will have to do. You play as this boy named
Gregory!
I don't know why his mother hates him, but for some reason he's been left behind in this Pizzaplex running from the security guard named Vanessa. He decides that the best place to hide is inside Freddy Fazbear. Now, aside from a phrase that I will never search on DeviantArt, Gregory enlists Freddy to help him escape the Pizzaplex without telling the security guard, who seems to have an ulterior motive in this horror franchise about stuffing deleted kids in an animatronic bear suit. Wait a minute, maybe Gregory isn't real. Maybe he's been unalived by Vanessa and stuffed in Freddy, and this whole game is just about him in purgatory. But hey, that's just a theory. A really stupid theory. Freddy escorts Gregory to the exit that conveniently closes right before they can leave. The door won't open until 6 a.m. and now Vanessa has programmed all the other animatronics to hunt Gregory down. So Freddy and Gregory head around the Pizzaplex looking for security badges to access more of the Pizzaplex, looking for a way to keep Gregory safe or find an alternate exit. Meanwhile, a white rabbit that I only saw once in my playthrough is hopping around the mall with some murder vibe. So unlike Alice, I should probably be smart enough to stay away from that too. I have always had a mixed relationship with FNAF. I love the lore, the content creators, and some of the games. If I don't enjoy playing them, I definitely enjoy watching them. But FNAF Security Breach was a whole different story. I was there when it was first announced, I followed the entire development cycle, and I was front and center for the game's launch. But when it was released, it definitely didn't hold up to the hype, at least not in my opinion. I don't know if it was due to a time constraint or overambition, but I do know that this is not what Steel Wolf's full vision for this game was meant to be. It's unfortunate since I sit here reviewing this game and not the game they wanted to make, and I sadly have to say that it's not very good. It's confusing, hard to follow, and at times nearly impossible to play. The performance of this game is outright sad, and I had multiple moments where the game was just downright boring. One of my biggest complaints is the movement around the Pizzaplex. It's so big, yet empty. It takes forever to get from location to location. Let me give you an example. There is this elevator in the main hub that takes you down to Freddy's upgrade station. This area has a shortcut to Rockstar Row, a place you need to backtrack to. That's great. But you can also take the elevator back up to the main hub area if you want to continue the main story. If you use the elevator once and die resetting back to the upgrade station, you will find that the elevator didn't get reset and there's no way to call it back down, meaning you have to go all the way around the map. This just takes me out of the game and leads it to be more tedious than fun. Another problem this game has is the staff bots. There are just too many in this game. Like, most level designs come down to, oh, let's fill the room with staff bots, making certain playable scenarios feel slow and drawn out. Also, if any of these staff bots catch you, an animatronic will spawn and now chase you for the duration of the level. I never felt rewarded for playing the game correctly, because one lone staff bot would have some timing problem messing up the whole pattern, ending up with me A, dying, or B, running for the rest of the section. but this game has some amazing moments where I felt genuinely invested. This game shines when you go through the Weeping Angel Endo section. It has this dark atmosphere, yet with this off-putting rainbow play area that makes the area feel more like it's been twisted from a fun party room into some sort of an insane asylum. Endoskeletons chasing you down. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the game. I had the same reaction with Phaser Blast, having a fun laser tag game mixed with Chica roaming around the area, again twisting this place that's meant to be bright and cheery into a tense claustrophobic arena. Steel Wool clearly knew what they were doing and just didn't execute the full game this way. I feel like this game's DLC is a much better version. I won't be covering Ruin. I want to see how this video performs, but if you guys like this review and want to see my take on that DLC, let me know in the comments below, and I might make a What Is Mini for it. Everything aside, it's about time we put FNAF Security Breach in the Spookometer. Would I recommend FNAF Security Breach? Well, let's be honest, if you're a FNAF fan, then you have either watched someone play this or already bought it. If you're a returning FNAF fan, I would say just watch someone play it, just trust me on that. For you non-FNAF fans, however, at $39.99, I would not recommend FNAF Security Breach. There is a lot better FNAF games out there if you're looking to get into the franchise. I would recommend FNAF VR. And if you're on the hunt for a stealth-centered horror game, I would recommend checking out the Outlast series and seeing if that would be something for you. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I love FNAF, and I am super excited to see if Steel Wool can redeem themselves with their brand new game, FNAF Secrets of the Mimic. So, I'll see you all then.
This is just the beginning of a very great relationship.